What's up, everybody? Welcome home to the Northwest Arkansas Real Estate Channel. My name is Blake Yount. I'm with Collier and Associates, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what the real estate market is and the role that agents should play. So, first thing that we need to get very clear on is who makes up the real estate market. And in my opinion, I believe this is true. The real estate market is made up of buyers, sellers, and banks. Nowhere in there are real estate agents part of the market. They don't influence the market. They are not the market. They don't decide what the market is. Buyers, sellers, and banks do all of that for agents. So agents outside of that should be consultants, intermediaries, experts, researchers. All of these things, they should be trusted advisors about the market, about what buyers and sellers are doing, and about how banks are coming back with appraisals and so forth. So if you're running into agents that are telling you that they're deciding the market, they're setting the prices, they're doing all this stuff, if it's not data driven, if it's just based on gut feeling that the agent's giving you this information, you need to understand, and we all need to understand, that agents are not the market. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, you are a huge portion, at least 1/3 of what the market actually is. So I want to start with buyers. On the buyer side of the market, you need to know that whether you want to go low on an offer or you want to go high on an offer, you need to know the data going into your offer. So your agent should be able to tell you on a $200,000 house, a house that's listed at $200,000, what are the comparable sales to that? Is $200,000 a good price? Or is there room to come in lower? Should we go higher? Are houses like these selling like that and then appraising at the sale price? Your agent needs to look into these things for you so that you can make good decisions. And when the agent gives you all the information, if you really want the house and the agent is showing you that houses like this are selling in a matter of days, it's probably not the best time to lowball. But if you want to try to get a deal and you don't really care whether or not you actually get the house, the agent, if you want to put in an offer under asking, that is your business. It is your agent's job to write up that offer and submit it to the other agent or the homeowner. It's not up to the agent to say this offer is not going to get accepted, because you never ever know the answer to that question. So an agent for a buyer, in this case, when we're talking about pricing and how to get homes, should be able to go home, do all the research on your behalf, present you with good information so that you can make that decision. Because ultimately, if you're a buyer, your emotions are going to play into it anyway, and it might even override the information. But your agent's job, again, is to be that intermediary and bring you that information so that it can play a role in whatever decision that you ultimately decide to make. Because as I tell all of my buyers, you're not buying my home and you're not spending my money. So don't worry about what I think might be the case. Only worry about the information that I bring to you and how accurate it is, because that is my main job as your buyer's agent on the initial offer. As we move forward in negotiations and things like that, there's a lot more that a buyer's agent can do for you. But initially, it's all about the good, accurate data, good information to help you make good decisions. So moving on from buyers, let's go into sellers and setting the listing prices and what you should do. And for sellers, it's all about motivation. If you think your home is appreciated in value and you want to try to capitalize on that, obviously you're going to have a lot more time and a lot less motivation to get your home sold than somebody that just got a job transfer and has to get out of here like this and get going. Okay, that person's motivation is going to be a lot more, either way, the agent's job is the same, to come up with the best information, the best data about where the house is going to sell. A bracket of about $10,000, we should be able to narrow it down, especially in these subdivisions. We should be able to narrow down what the market has sold for in the past, the last 6 months, 3 months, whatever. Even maybe sometimes going back a year, to collect enough data in your neighborhood. So what things have sold for in the past, what things are pending right now, so what the market is currently making offers at, prices that the market has found attractive in your neighborhood, and then also the active homes on the market you want to consider as your competition, so that you can set your home up in a position to outshine, use the listing price to create value in the marketplace, because you want those homes to help yours sell. You don't want your home to help your competition sell, if that makes sense. But like I said, going back to motivation, if you got to sell and your agent brings you wonderful, accurate data information, then you probably want to stick it right in that price range to get the best and highest offers right away. If you don't need to sell right now and you want to stretch the top of the market a little bit, you can do that. You don't want to be way off into a bracket that it's never going to sell, you're never going to get looks, you're never going to get offers, because obviously you have some motivation to sell. But if you don't mind hanging on to it for a little while longer, you can certainly list higher than what the agent recommends, but the agent should still make the recommendation. And I say that because there's always going to be an agent to come along and say, yes, I completely agree with you, your home should be priced that high, and I bet I can sell it for even $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 more than what you're saying, because they're trying to get the listing, they're trying to get the inventory. Ultimately, just like on the buyer side, it is the seller's decision where to list the home. The agent should be telling you where the market, the buyer market is, what prices they're bringing for homes like yours, and then with that, you get the information. And sometimes it doesn't make sense for an agent and a seller to work together. If an agent wants to sell the home right now, bang, bang, and the seller wants to list $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 higher than what the agent has recommended, then maybe it's not a good fit. My advice is, if you are a seller and you want to list high, then you need to come up with a timeline for your agent on when to start stepping the price down to where the market actually is. Okay, so there's different ways to do it. It doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It needs to be a fact-based conversation that includes the seller's motivation as the primary factor, and the agent needs to be honest with you and tell you what your house is probably actually going to sell for. So those are a few things that buyers and sellers need to consider as far as the role that the agent should play. Like I said, the agent doesn't control the market. The agent interprets the market, tries to give you the most up-to-date, accurate, and best information so that you can make great decisions with your real estate goals and dreams. And here in Northwest Arkansas, honestly, on the buyer side, if you want a home, you're probably going to have to come in at asking, over asking, right around asking, with not too many goodies attached to it, like closing costs and so forth. Sellers, kind of talked about this last week. Buyers are still being very discerning, so you still want to list your price at a good range for the market, because buyers aren't just gonna jump in and overpay for something because they're in a panic. So although it's a hot market, it's a fast-moving market, it's definitely a seller's market. Buyers are really looking for value still, which is great. But all that aside, I hope you got some value out of today's video. If you are looking to buy or sell a home here in Northwest Arkansas, I would be extremely happy and honored to help you get that done. Like I said, it is my role to help you navigate this fast-moving market. I will always be straight up honest with you, and you'll know exactly where I stand, where the market stands, and what the data says as we work together. So go on out there and enjoy Northwest Arkansas. I hope you had a great week, and I know you're heading into a strong weekend, and we'll see you back here next week. Bye.